So if you follow GTA 6 news even a little bit, you probably already know this is the most anticipated game in the history of gaming. And after 2 trailers, tons of leaks, and a confirmed release date, there's still one massive piece missing, and that's the villain. Rockstar hasn't said a single official word about who the actual bad guy is gonna be, because a lot of fans have been doing some really deep digging into this, frame by frame, and some of what they found is genuinely interesting. Okay, before we get into the actual theories, we should talk about why this even matters so much. Because if you played GTA 5, you probably remember Devin Weston, and honestly, a lot of people think he's one of the weakest villains Rockstar ever made. He's just rich, annoying, and that's kind of it. And if you compare that to someone like Officer Tenpenny from San Andreas, there's just no comparison. Tenpenny is still considered by a lot of people the best villain the series ever had, so there's a lot of pressure on Rockstar right now to actually deliver someone that good again, and that's part of why everyone's so obsessed with figuring this out early. Now, let's talk about the first theory, and for me, this is the one that actually makes the most sense. It's a character named Brian Hader, and Brian is already confirmed to exist in the game. We've seen him in the trailers. He's basically Jason's boss, or his main contact at the start of the story. But here's the thing that makes people suspicious about him. He's running a drug smuggling operation out in the Leonida Keys, working out of his own boatyard, and he lets other people do all the actual dangerous work for him, including Jason. So he's just sitting back, staying clean, letting everyone else take the risk. And there's this one weird little detail that people keep bringing up, that he's apparently on his 3rd wife, and nobody explains what happened to the first 2. Now that could mean absolutely nothing. It could just be a throwaway detail Rockstar added for flavor, but it could also mean everything. And honestly, that's exactly the kind of small detail that ends up being important in Rockstar games. A guy who profits off other people's risk, stays hands-off, and has some kind of pattern around him that nobody talks about, that's a really believable villain setup if you think about it. But I have to be honest with you here, this is still just speculation based on trailer footage. Rockstar has not confirmed Brian Hader is a villain of any kind, so keep that in mind. Now, second theory, and this one's a bit more straightforward. A lot of people think the villain could be a corrupt cop. In the trailers, we've seen a detective character shown alongside some officers, and some fans think this guy could end up being the one actually working against Jason and Lucia through the whole story. And honestly, GTA has done this before and done it really well, so it wouldn't surprise me if Rockstar goes back to that same well again. But again, this is just fans connecting dots from limited footage. Nothing official here either. Now, third theory, and this one ties into the whole setting of the game. A lot of people think it could be a rival cartel leader, someone directly going against Jason and Lucia's operation. And if you think about it, that would actually make a lot of sense with the drug smuggling stuff we already know is in the game. And it would also tie back to Vice City's roots, because the original Vice City game was built entirely around a drug war storyline. So this theory fits thematically, even if there's still no confirmation behind it. Okay, so here's what I actually think, separate from all the theories. What made Tenpenny such a good villain wasn't just that he was mean or scary, it's that he had actual control over CJ's life. He could force him into situations he couldn't get out of, and that's the exact thing Devin Weston never really had over Michael or Franklin. He was just annoying from far away. So whoever this villain actually turns out to be, if Rockstar wants it to actually hit hard, they need that same kind of direct control over Jason and Lucia's life, not just money or threats from a distance. So that's basically where things stand right now. No official villain, 3 theories floating around, and Rockstar with a real job to do if they want to beat what they did with Tenpenny. Personally, I think Brian Hader makes the most sense out of all 3, just because of how close he already is to Jason from the very beginning. But honestly, I'd love to be wrong, because that would mean Rockstar is planning something none of us saw coming. So what do you guys think? Who do you think the real villain's gonna be? Let me know in the comments. I actually want to see what everyone thinks. And if you like this, consider subscribing, and don't forget to watch my other videos.